The dollar, just think of it like a promise from the government, but the value has to be there for the dollar to be relevant.
RJ here, another episode of YouTube Sensations, and we have one of the first ever sensations on YouTube, the one and only Tay Zonday. How are you?
How you doing?
Good. So what's that like that 2007, when YouTube was at the beginning, you were like one of the first breakthrough videos that's now over 75 million views?
Gosh, you know, it's great to be a spider under the table to see as YouTube has changed, and it's gotten so much bigger.
Chocolate rain, only in the past is what they say, chocolate rain.
I was thinking it would be a quick thing, a national news story that just blew over, and it was just the Energizer Bunny. It kept going and going and going. It blew up the summer of 2007, 2008. It won a YouTube award, a Webby award. It was on South Park. Next year was on Robot Chicken, and it just kind of became this snowball that continued to have momentum, and I inadvertently became this icon for the internet. And even today, people who don't remember Chocolate Rain, don't even remember the name Tay Zonday, they'll stare at me across the room at like the DMV and be like, "You're that guy from the internet! You did that thing!"
So what was the first song you ever did that you actually recorded and put up on YouTube?
That was Swing Low Sweet Chariot. I was singing at open mics in Minneapolis, dragging my keyboard as a keyboardist, and you know, keyboard's very heavy.
Yep.
Guitarists can just kind of sling it over their shoulder, but I got sick of that process of, you know, the snow and rain, and you know, I'd be dragging my amp, and there'd be like 10 people at the cafe, and half of them weren't listening, and lo and behold, YouTube came along, and people started singing in their living rooms, and I was like, wait, why don't I just make this easier,
right,
and play and sing in my living room.
Till the sun don't shine, this is you. Till the end of time, this is you. Till the stars are in your hand, oh, this is you. Don't ever let the world forget that, yeah, this is you.
And it was interesting, I recently spoke on a panel with Felicia Day, and she was saying that everyone thinks the hardest part is actually recording the video, but that's like 2% of the work. 98% of the work is, once that video is done, is marketing it and promoting it and getting out there. What are some of the things you do to make sure that, you know, people find you and hear about Tay Zonday and know your stuff?
Gosh, I think that's a constant struggle for every artist. I think if you can find a community that is somewhat based in the theme of what you are doing. I think the big question now is, you know, you have giant Hollywood productions. You have Hollywood that's still very much alive in terms of spending $200 million to make a movie. And there is that whole process of unions, and YouTube videos aren't exactly that formalized yet. There's kind of this in-between gray space where, you know, I think everyone is trying to figure out what is the meaning. SAG and AFTRA trying to figure out, you know, how do we get in on this? And so that's the interesting thing with these YouTube production companies is, they're very much in a different world now, whereas, you know, you try and pitch something to CBS, another company, the first place you start is the clearance department and this and all these other things, and YouTube is still very much kind of that new thing. It's like television was in the 1930s, where all these theater people are coming out here from New York, and it's like there's all this daylight, and we don't really know what to do with this, and oh, there are talkies now, and you know, oh, there's color now, and it's like this new thing, and we don't know what to do with this, and that's what YouTube is in LA all over again.
And let's talk about some of your recent songs. You have the one about the economy.
Yeah, Mama Economy. The dollar, just think of it like a promise from the government, but the value has to be there for the dollar to be relevant. The value of the dollar comes from China and Iran when they put their cash reserves in a US dollar plan. They buy treasury bonds from the Federal Reserve. We say we owe you extra money because you gave us some of yours. That's a big part of the national debt, all the interest that we haven't paid to China quite yet.
And 100 other countries, because we're such a good investment. The whole world gives us money, we say, hey, we'll pay you interest.
Let's talk about now the evolution of Tay Zonday. Your career, you've come a long way. Where do you want to be? What do you want to see yourself doing? How do you take it to the next level?
Gosh, I would love to continue doing independent music. I think I love singing the most. I'm a better singer than songwriter, producer, videographer, and I think so. In some ways, YouTube kind of puts you in a situation where you're often doing all of those things yourself, and sometimes I wish I was in a little bit more of a Motown system where it's like, here, I could just sing, and then people who have those other passions can kind of go in those directions.
You can be anything, anything, anything you set your mind to. Beat a beat a beat somebody, beat a beat a beat somebody, beat a beat a beat somebody, beat a beat a beat.
Do you beatbox?
I could try. I'm gonna try. You ready?
Young Hollywood, young Hollywood, yeah, the young Hollywood, yeah, all the young people, young, yeah, the tempo's kind of like, that was good.
I'm not a professional, as you can see.
That was good for about 6 seconds.
And then I lost.
Very good.
We got the Young Hollywood, the wonderful
We got
Tay
the Young
Zonday.
Hollywood. Subscribe to Young Hollywood. Young Hollywood, where it's at. I'm told that's where it's at.
That is
There
where
you
it's
go.
at. Tay Zonday, Young Hollywood, that's how it's done.